Greetings, Team Borderline. My name is Brian Irvin. Welcome to my In the Bag, so to speak. I guess I'll be the first team member to actually get theirs published. I don't know what kind of productions everyone else has. I'm just sitting down here in my basement. New bar behind me here. I have my daughter down here, so if you hear some rustling around, that's her playing with her toys. I'm almost certain she will make a cameo in this one or 17 times because she wants to know what Daddy's doing. So my in the bag video. So first of all, if we're going to follow Trevor's cue, I'm a Sycamore, Indiana State football, so basketball, whatever. So I spent some time down at Indiana State University, a couple years, doing architectural engineering, which is not what I'm doing now. Isn't that how it goes? I am actually an X-ray technologist, so I take people's X-rays for a living. But anyway, I have a Upper Parks design, the Rebel 4 or version 4 of the Rebel. That is the bag that I currently have in a nice little red and black color. A lot of my outfits were kind of slowly matching up to my red and black theme here, just kind of match my bag. This is kind of how I worked it up going into this year. So as you can see, I do have my iPad up here. So my iPad is my first little thing in my bag. I do keep my iPad on me. I just kind of started this year using my iPad for scoring. It's bigger than my phone, and if multiple people want to check out their scores, it's easy to see rather than the little font on the phone. Where'd it go? If you turned it on, of course, if you can see it, you got to get the UDisc app for all your scoring needs. Probably the greatest scoring app I've seen ever. So I've been using that as soon as I found it, probably 2 or 3 years ago. So let's kind of go into the upper area. You'll see from my disc I have a nice little color theme. So my things I throw the most are kind of in white now, and then everybody else is in a day glow yellow. So starting up top, putter. Just like Trevor said, I'm a person, I gotta have grip on my putters no matter snow or not. So you can see how I'm just kind of folding this little bad boy over. So I have a super soft Warden. I get past that glare with all this white. So I got a super soft Warden is my primary putter. It doesn't have the bead on it. I found that I did not like that little bead on the end, so the judge kind of got eliminated right there. Once I switched over to this from the Envy, I believe I used right before this, Axiom Envy, yeah, MVP. But this dead straight, stable putter goes on a laser. I'm a person that the fastest point between two places is a straight line, so put it on a straight line, get it there. Primary putter is my Warden. My upshot disc, I have another Warden, got the lovely Iron Man stamp. I can't remember what this silly plastic is. Sad, I know, right? The Dymax. Warden is my upshot disc with Iron Man on it. This is a lot firmer than my Super Soft, so if I need to throw it, 100 feet, I can get a little bit more on it because it doesn't just kind of waffle about. So Dymax, Iron Man, Warden is my upshot disc. And so that will bring me into my mid-ranges. So I start with my primary two guys. The guys I use the most. These are my straight shooters, my stable putters. Just like Trevor had in his bag, I have a Diecode Goldline Compass. So Compass, I love the Compass. I actually have 5 of them. I just don't carry them all in my bag. Trevor likes to have multiples just in case you lose one. I have them just in case I got to do it. Oh, thanks, sweetheart. Got my pop. Good. So I usually keep one of each thing in the bag, and then I have in my car a backup bag, kind of where all my backups kind of hide. So I have 5 compasses. This is the one I kind of settled on because it looks the nicest of the Diecode Goldline Compass. Straight shooter goes on a line for me. Whatever line I set it on, it's going to go at. So Anheuser line, right-handed backhand. So Anheuser line's going Anheuser. If I want to throw it straight, it's going straight. Put a hyzer on, it's going to go a hyzer. So that's what I kind of want. Once again, I kind of have the call for that shot. It's a little brother that I kind of use for longer shot, straight shots. I have a Lava Evidence. I've liked the Evidence pretty much ever since it came out of dynamic disc. I have a couple lucid discs as well, but the Lava is listed a little bit more softer in my hand. And if it hits something, it doesn't kind of keep going for days or try and shatter. It kind of has a little give to it. So this is my little longer range straight shots, about 150, 200 feet. I'll get this guy out rather than the Compass. Compass is, tunnel shots, so I'll use that almost exclusively. Other mid ranges. Thank you. You got a spoon? You got a spoon? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Here, I'll give you this. Thank you. That's Boba Fett. Okay. Yep. See, this is gonna happen. That's Darth Vader. You push the button, and the light comes on. Right down here. Yeah, this button. There. Okay. All right. Mid ranges. I'm gonna start with my meat hook. Heiser mid range that I will use is a Dynamic Disc Justice. This guy is, if I need to go about left in a hurry, I get this bad boy out. 5.3, turn is 0.5 and 4. Yeah, so this thing goes left quick and in a hurry. So if I need to quickly turn around a corner, particularly to the left, this is the guy I'm getting out. Next in my bag here is a little bit less of and much like Trevor, my discs are all dirty too because I've been playing in the spring and it's muddy. So here I have a Crystal Flex drone. It's a little bit less stable than the Justice, but still overstable altogether. Once again, Crystal Flex, I like bendy things. I like things that kind of give. If it's going to hit the ground, it's just not going to be a brick. And skipping things, I want kind of a little give so it kind of stops a little bit softer. So Crystal Flex drone, it's going to turn a little softer, turn left, so I can get a little bit further down the fairway, whatnot, and before it actually kind of hooks back to the left, and it'll hook back to the left pretty hard. So Crystal Flex drone. Next up, another Trevor special, I guess. I have a Fluid Truth. I pretty much use this as my utility guy, get me out of trouble guy. If I got to tomahawk something or I got to spike hyzer something, this is what I do. Once again, fluid, bendy, so spike hyzers and things like that. Does have a little bit more turn for my straighter too, so if I want to get something a little bit more turn at the end, I could pull that out. Also, for my slight anhyzers or slight fades to the right, I have a Dynamic Disc Warrant. Notice all the day glow if you can see the colors on this thing. The computer's weird. Yeah, so this one will, you put it on a little hyzer, it'll flip up and then kind of has a slight fade to the right to it. If you throw it straight out of your hand, it's going to kind of turn over and go right immediately. So I kind of usually put a little hyzer on it, and it'll come up and then fade a little bit to the right before it kind of settles back. So that's the one for little soft turns to the right that I need to get around a corner or something to that, or a tree for that matter. For that, yeah, you're just pushing those buttons, aren't you? Next up, we have for my hard right turns, I have a West Side Disc Tersis. This is one I have no sidearm shot, so I've got to have. Okay. So yeah, I have no full flick or sidearm anything, so I'm all backhand. So I will put this bad boy on an anhyzer straight to a little slight ante, and it's gonna kind of get down and turn right on me. So if I need some hard right turns, that is my West Side Tersis. And lastly, of my mids, I'll kind of talked about this one with the next disc after that when I get into the fairways, but I have a West Side Disc Warship. This one I use for it's like my driving mid-range, so 200 feet, 250 feet or so. I usually get this guy out. It says 650 to 01. I found that the West Side discs, their turn rating is off by a -1. So this one says 0, so I'm thinking it's a -1. Like I said, the Tersis, it says -3, so it's -4 for me. I found that all of them are off by -1. It's just weird like that. So I guess that's just how they make their disc. So this one I have to put it on a little hyzer for it to go and do what I want, because I can kind of get a little S out of it. So this is not just where it can kind of, 0-1, it's like straight and slight fade back. No, I have to put this on a little hyzer because that -1 it's a -1 in there. So I use that for like my drivable mid-range, because I can actually kind of rip on it with my stance. So there's the mid-ranges I have. So with the Warship, this is the oldest disc I have in my bag, and of course it's dirty because I throw it. And one of my 2 aces, Brewer North Hole 6. So this is Innova. Only Innova I have in my bag. Innova TL. This is my, if you could really see this disc, it's beat to crap. Like I said, I've done everything with this disc. This is my fairway, long-range fairway tunnel shots. It's got to go straight and just slightly fade left. I need something where if I put it on slight little, and like I said, it's a teeny little hyzer, and it just kind of pops up, goes straight, and falls down. And it's like my laser. This is my long-range laser. This bad boy usually about up to 250, 280, 300 feet. This guy's coming out. So definitely my straight shooter. I will drive with this. A lot of the times on the longer holes, we get 500-foot holes around here. So the second shot, I usually will pull this guy out just because I know I can put it straight and kind of keep it where I need to go. So now I'm just going to randomly start pulling out this whatever I find. Once again, another Trevor special for my fairway overstable headwind shots. I have a dynamic disc Felon as well. Like I said, goes straight, hangs to the left, kind of hooks left, just like Trevor stated. I use this kind of for off the tee things up, I'd say about 250, anything 250 to 300, and it's a hook to the left. I'm probably pulling this out, maybe slightly over 300. Usually I can kind of rip it up to 4. So yeah, Felon, straight, hooks left, every single time, does not turn over ever. Next up, we got one of my primary drivers that I'm in I've got 4 of them that are in a fight for to see who wants to be the best one. So I have a Westside Disc World here. I have a big arm. So 14 is the speed on this one, so you probably need a big arm to throw it. So I have a big arm. So 14, 4, 1, 4. So with the Westside's -1, so this puts it back down to a 0. I still am finding I'm putting a slight little hyzer on this thing. And it will go straight, and it kind of hooks back a little hard. So it's one of those things. So like I said, I'm in a fight, 4-way battle with, you'll see the other 3 here in just a minute. This one I can kind of rip out the furthest though. This one I can get just over 400 feet, just because of the speed. And like I said, it will you can't throw this in a headwind. As much as that 1-4 likes to say you could, I find that I can't. There's only one disc in my bag that I trust with a headwind, and we'll get there. So Westside Disc World. Here's another one of the 4 that I'm in a fight with. So we have Westside Disc Giant. This one's 13.5. Got a little bit more glide on it, and I do like the glide. 1-4 as well. So that's like a 0-4 to me. So this one goes not as I kind of do the exact same thing I do with the World, just doesn't go as far. So like I said, probably sits right around 380 to 400. So yeah, there's nothing really thing. I've been kind of this winter here, kind of switching over my actual drivers to higher speed drivers just because of my arm. Next up, we have one of my Control. You brought the thing over here too? Okay, Big Z Discraft Undertaker. So this is my complementary to the TL. This one, careful. So this one has just a little bit more of a turn to it. So this one will kind of give me a little bit more of an S. So if I kind of need to snake it around a tree sitting, 120 feet down the fairway. Thank you. Okay, put that back in bed. Snake it around. Is pretty stable. So this is, I will use this if there's an object in the middle of the fairway while I'm driving, and it's under, at or about 300 feet. So I have my Big Z Undertaker. Moving through, this is the one headwind driver that I trust the most. It is a Dynamic Disc Enforcer. You can already see the stamps fading because I had this little bad boy a while. Dynamic Disc Enforcer. Headwind, never turns over, always goes straight on the line that you throw it in. And so this is my headwind guy. So that's really all he's made for. Go straight, turn left, go. I've got a specific hole over here, one of our college holes that I'm bound and determined to ace with that disc because it's over a pond and things like that, and it just kind of hooks back perfectly every single time. It's an easy 2 for me, but I just think I can get another 5 feet and just put it in the basket. All right, another one of the 4 discs that I am playing with for driver supremacy I have now is a West Side disc King Elasto. Once again, flexi. Little domey here. Pop that like that. So, 14 speed again. Once again, trying out my big arm. It's got a 5. Whatchamacallit. The only downside is that this is a -1 turn. So West Side makes it a -2, and I'm not a real big fan of -2 because then that means it's going to flip the crap over when I throw it. On PS, if you're looking for weights on all mine are max. They're like 175 in there. My mid-ranges will go higher, so I'm pretty much a max weight guy. So this is if I kind of need some more, like a turnover shot, but not too much. This one I'll probably put on a good size, hyzer and kind of let it flip up and go over. Once again, I'm trying to work on it and see which one of these guys works, so I might get more of them. If you haven't figured out, Trilogy's my guy. I'm a Trilogy thrower. Next one up here is my right-hand turn because I have no flick. Westside Underworld VIP. I've been using this guy for as long as I found it, probably like 3 years. I've been disc golfing for 4. So once I discovered this bad boy, so yeah, this is my right turn fairway or driver. If I need something, well, actually I'd say fairway because I'm about to pull out something that's a little bit more of a turn for longer distances. But yeah, 250, not 250, but about 300 feet. I need it to go right. I'll put it straight. It'll turn over to the right and kind of slightly come back, but that one turns over. Another Trevor special that I actually probably just recently got, and I got this probably a couple months ago. Just started using it, and it works perfectly because it goes straight. The Opto Latitude 64 Culverin. So this bad boy goes straight, and then it turns to the right. So it's kind of like my TL, but a little bit more fade at the end. So another tunnel shot, but but I just need, if the basket's a little bit further left than the TL to come out, this will come out. So usually a straight shooter, I drive with this. Once I get in the fairway, the TL comes out. Last disc, ooh, a helicopter. Last disc I got for you, and pretty much, and I said I had 4. I guess I had 3 that I'm fighting with. I thought there was another one. I have a legacy disc, Nemesis, Sparkle Nemesis of course, PDGA World's Championship in Kalamazoo, Michigan here. Got to represent my state. So Nemesis, I got this bad boy in the state championship, saved my butt a couple of times. Just because of it turns right. So I throw it on this much of a hyzer. It's still going to turn over this and then come back. So I have to throw this disc. For me to use it correctly, I have to get it way high in the air. So I need overhead room to use this disc. So I'll throw it, I don't know, 20, 30 feet in the air, just to kind of let it go up, turn over, fade down, and come back. Last time actually out, I over at a park over here in town, finally solved that hole with this disc because it's basically a hole that's wide open to the left. Trees are all around the right, and the basket's kind of hung up right next to the trees on the right. So if it annies too much, and it'll fall into the trees. But if I can get the S out of it, I can usually set it about 15 feet from the basket, which in this case I did. So yeah, so that's my bag. All the little knickknacks on here, like my daughter mentioned, I do have a Boba Fett keychain because, you know, you gotta be down with the Boba. And Darth Vader light, you can kind of see that, for the glow discs, and some, you know, I got some pins on here. One is our Champions of the Galaxy, which is our club event that is run around West Michigan here. We have 8 clubs all get together, have like a team tournament thing, 2-round tournament. So it just started last year. We finished dead last, our club did, but I was the best person in our club. That's any consolation. So I finished first in our club. Just, yeah, club as a whole didn't do really good. So yeah, so yep. Upper Park Disc, check it out. Probably a lesser known bag type. I just wanted something like, at least bag wise. It's got a divider in there. It actually has a second divider. I just don't use it because I just separate it between mids and things. And I like the upper holding area just because it can hold random things like iPads that I can have easily accessible. And then of course you got the mini pouches hiding way back here. It's up on top. That's very fun. So there's my bag. I blew Trevor's time by about 4 minutes, so that means I talk too much, which is okay. All right, so things around going for me. I think another thing was what's going on with you. Just getting our club's events finalized for this year. Inspire Disc Golf. Look it up on the Facebook. We just kind of changed our name away from Dark Side Disc Golf Club from last year, so Inspire Disc Golf's our name now. Look it up. Things that we have going, we have a veterans charity fundraising tournament coming up in April, end of April. Inspiring Our Heroes goes to our veterans. All of the proceeds of that we've made. This will be the 3rd year of the event. The last 2 years, or the 2 years combined that we've done it, the 2 previous years, I think we're over $7,000 raised. So wonderful event that we run there. Me personally, I am in the process of getting a disc golf park installed at one of our parks right outside of downtown Grand Rapids, Highland Park. For those if you're in the area, I don't know. So go to the Parks and Rec meeting in 1st of March. We got that meeting, so hopefully I can get the ball rolling on that and then kind of start hitting people up with some sponsorships and fundraising ideas. So look for that. What else? Tournament wise, my first tournament will probably be our Inspiring Heroes tournament in April, unless I get code clearance. Obviously you saw my daughter's head around here, so married with a 2-year-old, so I don't get out as much as I would like to. Well, I get out as much as I like to, I just don't play as many tournaments as I'd like to, just because I got to get family time and I work weekends and all that fun family life stuff. So first one will be in April, but I'm trying to find one in March here to get one in before that. And obviously going to come see Trevor and company at the SBDGA Open sitting in July for the 2-day event. So I will be out in the Pennsylvania area for that event in the middle of July. So I hope to see everyone at that event because, like, you know, personally, I owe Trevor because he came over here for one, so I just had to finally sit down and figure out which one. And I figured a 2-day tournament's pretty much good exposure. So I'm going to come out there and do that. Okay, I'm way blowing past Trevor's number now. You guys are not going to sit and listen to me for half an hour. So, okay, I'm going to get out of here because I will talk another 7 minutes to make it a full half an hour. So, hope you guys all do well. Good luck going forward with all tournaments and everything you guys have going on. Inspire Disc Golf, Upper Park Designs, Dynamic Disc Trilogy. Go order stuff from Trevor because Trevor's awesome. And I'm going to go now. Bye.